sexist, but this is absolutely going to be sexist. I don't find women comedians that funny. Like, I really tried hard. I tried hard to find one. You know?
I understand.
I just don't get. I don't understand it. Because, like, I'll tell you who I absolutely can't fucking stand. I can't stand Amy Schumer.
I can't. Okay.
Fucking put a bullet in that motherfucker's head.
I tried to look at. I guess she's got a new one on.
All she does is steal jokes.
She's horrible.
I watched a 40-minute compilation video of jokes she steals.
She is
40 minutes of just jokes she's stolen.
She's the female version of Carlos Mencia.
Well, here's what's funny. I was actually going to put Carlos Mencia on my honorable mention for one thing only. That time when the one time when he was talking about with kids today, and he's like, they come home crying, like, oh, I got detention or I got suspended, and the mother, calls the school or whatever. It's like, oh, how dare you do this? And he's like, when I was a kid, my mom, first thing she said, what the fuck did you do? I always put it on me because it was my fuck up.
Right.
But then he's talking about how kids, like, you try to beat a kid now and they'll be like, I'll call CPS on you or whatever. And then he's like, my dad back in the day, if I would have said some shit like that, he'd be like, all right, yeah, you can call the police. But then, or you can call CPS, but then call the ambulance because there could be one dead fucking Mexican on this floor too. That's just that whole bit. And and the bit about the fence when he's like, I don't understand why you don't just, just do it. Just fucking do it. It's right there.
Yeah.
Just fucking jump. Just do it. What's the worst that going to happen? You get caught and they bring you back. Guess what? Tomorrow you just fucking do it again.
Yeah, try again. Yeah.
So yeah, that whole bit always made me laugh.
Yeah.
I know he's a joke stealer, but that's funny.
It was that Amy Schumer is Carlos.
But she's not funny.
She's
at least when he steals jokes, he's funny about it.
Right. The whole D2D thing was pretty cool. D2D.
D2D.
But he kind of did. That was like, here's your sign.
Here's your sign. Yeah. Yeah, but he made it more retarded.
He did. Yeah. Let's see. I have Whoopi Goldberg.
See, I don't find her that funny either.
Oh, she's hilarious, man.
Maybe I've just never seen her stand up. But
you should watch some of the. Okay, so she had two on Broadway. One from the 70s and one more recent. Within the past, what was it? 2000s. Mid 2000s she did it. But yeah, she's fucking great. And then after Wanda Sykes, I'm going to be me. Wanda Sykes is hilarious.
I do not like Wanda Sykes.
There are a lot of people that don't like her.
I kind of think she's a piece of shit,
Why
honestly.
is that?
I don't want to get into it.
Oh, okay.
Her personal views.
Oh, because she's a lesbian?
No, it has nothing to do with lesbian.
She's a lesbian. You don't like lesbians?
I do like lesbians. I had a lesbian friend once.
Once.
And then I got rid of her. You shouldn't hang me on a door, Johnny. My sister hung me on a door once.
Yeah. I have, I almost didn't put this one on my honorable mention list simply because of all the controversies surrounding Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I don't care about controversy.
I'm going to separate. I'm going to do this. I'm going to separate the man from the crime.
That was another thing Dave Chappelle talked a lot about.
Right.
Or the O.J. Simpson. You remember that shit? With Dave Chappelle in the new one? You talk about, and the fourth time I met O.J. Simpson, and it's like, that motherfucker did it.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby himself is still one of the funniest, stand-up routines of all time.
Funny dude.
He's hilarious. And then, of course, you have to have Don Rickles. Especially if you want to talk about the king of the roasts.
Yeah.
That's Don Rickles all day long.
I'm still really trying to think of a funny woman comedian.
Really?
Yeah, because even some of the main ones, like Sarah Silverman annoys me. Kathy Griffin annoys me.
I can't. Well, she's not funny. Sarah Silverman. The only thing that I liked her in was Wreck-It Ralph.
I liked her as the annoying girlfriend in what was that movie?
Not Shallow Hal.
School of Rock. School of Rock.
Yeah, she did play that role pretty well.
Yeah. Or in The Way of the Gun. When at the beginning of the movie,
you know what? Yeah,
he's like, someone punched or someone mouth fucked that cunt or some shit like that. He said, I was like, go damn.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Or he's like, I'm gonna come over there and mouth fuck you to death or some
shit. Some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he called her a thunder cunt. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he's like, he said he was gonna mouth fuck her to death, and then he called her a thunder cunt. Fucking great. That movie is actually very underrated, by the way.
You know what?
I love that movie.
Yes, Seth MacFarlane. I think that's Seth MacFarlane's best. Ted 2 was garbage. Ted was pretty funny, but I think we're thinking of different movies.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I know exactly what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'm thinking of.
They're going to resell the ice.
Yeah. They're still going to sell the ice.
That's A Million and One Ways to Die in the West or whatever. Which was a funny movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. It was very underrated.
Fucking Liam Neeson. God damn it. Anyway, No, the way the gun was Del Toro.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. And God damn it, what's his name? Why did I forget his name? From I know it's Ryan Phillippe.
Oh,
Philippe.
Hey,
Yeah.
Philippe.
I always love that movie because it has one of the greatest lines ever when it comes to a good guy saying to a bad guy saying to a good guy. You know, and James Caan, and they're sitting across from each other, and they got the guns on the table or whatever, kind of like in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But you know, they're just talking back and forth, and he just looks at him. He's like, "Till that day," and he walks out. And it's just like, "Yep." I mean, it's basically it.
Yeah, that's it.
Till
that's
that day,
yeah.
And then the end's that big ass gunfight where they both get shot. Everyone gets shot. They reload. It's just realistic, most realistic gunfight I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not like them fucking John Wayne westerns where
where no one ever gets shot.
Everybody but John Wayne dies.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess back to George Carlin now.
Oh yeah, George Carlin.
We didn't really talk about him.
We didn't.
Well, I mean, kind of, but I just want to say, like me personally, I know it's because I'm not that like. Because my parents talk about remembering when he was like in the 70s when he was with the seven
and the
the
dog
7
was
words
licking his balls.
Squash and but I personally like it when he was older. He
got better.
The last like 4 albums he put out before he died.
But again, it's kind of funny that you like George Carlin.
Yeah, I know,
because he's an uber liberal.
But see, here's the funny thing, because he makes fun of liberals too.
Sure, he makes fun of everybody.
I just think he is what he is. He has those types of views, I guess. But he would never call himself a liberal, at least in the end when he was older.
When he was older, he wouldn't call himself anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because he didn't want to affiliate with any political party.
Yeah, because he would say the Christian conservatives. He'd make fun of them.
Yeah.
But then he'd also make fun of the what do you call them? He called them the Christian conservatives, and then I forgot what he called liberals.
Jeez.
It wasn't like liberal douchebags or some shit like that, but it was liberal something when he would refer to them.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was either, to be honest.
Because I mean, honestly, a lot of what I loved about him was he would just bitch and complain about things that we all hate, or at least some of us don't. But and I keep thinking that in this politically correct world we live in right now, like, goddamn, if he was still alive right now, he would be pissed at everything going on. That's why it's like, to me,
well, I mean,
it seems
wasn't
very
like,
less liberal for him
it wasn't
to
like,
hate these things.
It wasn't like that. This kind of shit. This PC. He spoke about that often. About the whole PC liberal agenda, this, that, and the other. He hated it just as much as the next guy. You know, and he would talk about it often.
Yeah.
So
you talk about how, like, it was like one of my favorite things he always talked about. He's like, this bullshit about everybody's a winner. You know, remember that?
Yes.
Bit?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, these kids aren't learning that those self-defining words. You lost, Johnny. You're a loser.
You're a loser. Yeah.
You know, just I could literally listen to the 4. I think it's Life is Worth Losing.
Yeah.
That's always the only one I can remember. Life is Worth Losing. Fuck, I can't remember them, but it's the last 4, and they're fucking great. All 4 of them are fucking great.
I'm trying to remember.
I think it's. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, look
because I know the first one was in 2001 because it was supposed to come out around September 11th.
Right, and they pulled it because of obvious reasons.
Yeah, and then because the first thing he says in that stand up is he talks about 9/11, and he's like, that's like talking about or having the elephant in the room or whatever.
Right.
But,
right.
Let's see here. Talk for a second.
Yeah. So just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. No. I remember the
like
first
a fish
time.
downstream.
Yeah, fish downstream. I was actually Finding Dory, but
I know.
Anyway, so yeah, I remember, the whole. I'm trying to remember. I want to say 7 Dirty Words was the first bit that ever. Like, speaking of HBO and whatnot, was the first bit that ever came up on with. I think my dad was watching George Carlin. He was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be looking at this. Why not? It's pretty fucking funny."
Those words are really tame now.
Now they are, but when
like every single one of those words you can say on TV.
Yeah. Well, people don't realize that you can say anything. Network television, yeah,
you can say anything you want, but you have to worry about advertising.
Well, right. So you have. What I was going to say is that you like your general NBC, ABC.
Here it is. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits.
Yeah. what was I saying?
Stuff.
Yeah, general cable television, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But they tame it because they want to lose advertising and whatnot.
Yeah, and things like Comedy Central putting out like unedited.
After 10 o'clock, you'll see that shit all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Or like South Park, they'll do unedited South Park.
Right.
After then, and now with your shows like Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad, they'll push the envelope a little bit. They'll show like ass, or they'll show or they say shit, or they say cock, and they do stuff like that.
The middle finger,
all that stuff that would like regular TV would edit.
Right, and The Walking Dead, people were fucking losing their shit about the violence, and I'm like, dude, it's a fucking show about the goddamn zombie apocalypse.
You know what? That's always funny to me, Americans, how stupid they are, because they get all fucking crazy about a tit, and I'm like, you know how much worse violence is to someone?
Yes.
And we're as Americans, we are very, very tame to violence now, or not tame. What's the word?
Fucking prudish.
What's the word? Where you're used to something.
We're desensitized.
Yeah, desensitized to violence.
Yeah.
Right, but not tits. That's natural. That feeds your baby.
Right. There was this.
I want to see some tits on TV.
There was, I forget who it was. Some lady did a video about that where she's basically giving this whole spiel, butt ass naked on her porch.
Or in Europe they do the weather naked.
Yeah. Canada too.
Mexico I think has some too.
Yeah. There's all over the place.
Yeah, except America where we're all like,
I know we're ultra fucking prudish about.
Who gives a shit, man?
It's like, guess what?
Oh, here we go.
What's up?
It was complaints and grievances.
Uh-huh.
You're all diseased. Life is worth losing, and it's bad for you. Those are the four.
Yeah.
So everyone listening to the sound of my voice, please go either look those up or buy. You can buy the CDs because they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Complaints and grievances. That's the one with the 9/11, and that was the one with where he's talking about Tucker. Remember? Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
Tucker sucks.
And fuck Brad. Fuck everyone who looks like Brad. It's fucking cracks me up, man.
Yeah.
But all four of those. Life is worth losing. Life is worth losing. It's bad for you. You're all diseased. And complaints and grievances.
Yep. Oh man, those are good. All those were good.
Yep.
I can't. Like I said, I can't see a list like that without George Carlin.
That's why it's my number one.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, but you were looking at me like, oh, Eddie Murphy's.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Look, let's go this back. George Carlin, Eddie Izzard, Eddie Murphy. Those are my top three.
Yeah.
There's nothing funnier than that.
No.
And edging on that is Dave Chappelle. So, and what are your tops? Was Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and George Carlin.
Yeah.
What was your number 4?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I could have done without that one.
I like Rodney Dangerfield. He's fucking hilarious.
Okay. By the way, now that I've said this, I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement, but I just don't know when I'm going to do it. But I do want to take what we just did, and I do want to take the best bits. Like I want to try to do the top 10 bits,
put them together,
and then release it on Goodnight Gamers YouTube channel.
That's a pretty good idea.
So maybe you can help me come up with that. I mean, definitely some Eddie Murphy bit. I think the whole Drunken Father bit. I think is the best bit of. Why can't I remember the name of the
Delirious?
Delirious, yeah.
Maybe because we are delirious.
Yeah. What do you think's the best bit of that one? That one. That's a good 3-minute bit, 3 to 5 minute bit, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That was tough.
I mean, the quick bit with Stevie Wonder was hilarious.
That was a good one. His talking about when he was doing Richard Pryor. He used to do Richard Pryor. When he first started. When I first started doing comedy. That was a good bit.
Or when he's talking about if Mr. T was gay.
Mr. T was gay, yeah.
He's like, I'll break that dick off in your ass.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, man.
So then, George Carlin, I would have to. There's a bunch of them I could put. But if I say the downright funniest, it's got to be the complaints and grievances. But that's a long one. That's like a 20-minute bit.
20-minute bit, yeah.
I have to find something smaller or skinnier, if you will. I love the part where he's talking about traffic. When he's talking about driving, that one's pretty funny.
Traffic, looking for my chapstick. Sorry.
Don't ever do that again.
All right, sorry.
Who else did you put in there? Did you put it, Dave? You gotta put the Dave Chappelle bit with the baby in the limo.
Hey baby,
stop selling weed. Yeah.
I think this other one was funnier.
Which one?
I'm a little high.
Well, you can put both. I mean, you can have two from the same comedian.
That's true. Yeah.
It is a top 10 favorite.